Today we are going to check out the EXA 900 Pro gaming headset, and EXA is actually the sister brand of One Audio, whose Pro 10 headphones I recently covered and found to deliver an almost unbelievable sound quality for the price. And this headphone actually also delivers a similar value but in the gaming headset category. So we are going to check that out, and we are also going to have some comparisons with the JBL Quantum 100. Hey guys, I am Siddharth and this is EXA 900 Pro review. Inside the box, you get a lot of stuff. So first you get a manual, then a 50 rupees offer for a positive review that we will talk about later. Then there is another manual, a detachable boom mic with a foam cover which is removable, a removable 3.5mm headset cable along with a splitter to connect it to your PC. Then you get a USB type A to type C cable for connecting it in digital mode, and then you finally get to the carrying bag supplied, which contains the headset itself. If the design of the EXA 900 Pro seems familiar, it is because it does look quite similar to the Corsair HS50 headset, but it still doesn't look like a complete rip-off, and this design does function very well. On the side, you have a metal grille with the EXA logo that lights up when you connect it with USB mode, and it does look pretty nice and tasteful with its red color. On the left ear cup, you have all the controls and connections. So first you have the volume control, then a button to mute the mic, the 3.5mm jack for analog connection, a USB Type-C connector, then finally the jack for the microphone, which is also 3.5mm. The build quality on this headset is outstanding for the price. The metal headband feels really nice, and the quality of cushioning on it is also really great. It does have the almost identical ear cup hinges of the HS50, which are made of metal and feel really strong. And these do have these red coiled wires powering the drivers, but these wires feel strong enough to not make me feel concerned about their durability. While the ear cups tilt in a good range, there is very little swivel, but it is still enough to make them comfortable on your ears. And speaking of comfort, the ear pads on the EXA 900 Pro are almost unbelievably good. I think they have memory foam inside, and that is just amazing to have at this price, because I do have ear pads alone that cost 2000 rupees but are still not memory foam. So as a result, these are just extremely comfortable on your head, and not just for the price but in general. These are really more comfortable than some of the more expensive gaming headsets, so you can wear them for hours without any issues. Because the ear pads don't feel very dense, I am not sure how long they will retain their shape with time, but another amazing feature on these is that the ear pads are actually removable, so you can change them when they lose their firmness instead of ending up with a headphone that is completely unusable. And this is something that really bothers me, because even some of the very expensive headphones don't feature removable ear pads, which is an essential when it comes to headphones. I will include a link to buy these official ear pads in the video description if I am able to find it, but you can just use any ear pad of a similar shape and put it on this plastic ring and install it easily on the ear cup. The microphone is removable, as I mentioned, and it is easily adjustable, and this is how it sounds like, and I think that it sounds pretty good. Also make sure that you are subscribed to the channel with bell icon so you don't miss out on future videos. Now finally coming to the sound quality, it is really good for the price, but it doesn't completely blow out the competition out of water like their One Audio headphone. So the bass on these is really good for the price, but it is kind of boosted too much for my taste, and it does affect the other frequencies and the overall sound quality. So I personally like reducing the bass frequencies by 3 to 4 decibels, and that improves the overall sound quality. The mids and highs on these are also good, but they are good considering the price and all the features that they have on board. Because purely in terms of sound refinement, the mids and highs on the JBL Quantum 100 are better. The soundstage on these headphones is also good, but again, the JBL Quantum 100 has wider soundstage. For gaming, the 900 Pro works fine, and you will be able to locate the position of action, but because of the mediocre soundstage, the experience is not as outstanding as the rest of this headphone. But overall, I still can't say that the JBL Quantum 100 has better sound quality, because for a typical person, they do have slightly lacking bass. and bass is an area that people get really emotional about. So I would say that both of these headphones are quite close in quality, with the XR 900 Pro offering a complete bass experience and the Quantum 100 having more refinement in mids and treble with wider soundstage. But then of course, when you consider the fact that the Quantum 100 doesn't even include a splitter in the box and doesn't have removable earpads, USB connection mode, lighting on the headset, you do realize what an incredible value the XR 900 Pro is offering. There is a USB mode on the XR 900 Pro, so you can use its internal DAC, which is also pretty good. It has a 7.1 surround sound mode which you can use to enhance sound, but like all other 7.1 surround sound modes on stereo headphones, this also just makes the sound quality worse instead of improving it. But one actually useful use of the USB connection mode is that since the headphone has a USB Type-C port, you can use a USB Type-C to Type-C cable like this and connect it to a phone that doesn't have a headphone jack, and that way you can directly plug it into smartphones made by companies who are stupid enough to remove the headphone jack. So in conclusion, the XR 900 Pro is really amazing and well-rounded for its price of less than 3000 rupees. The build quality and construction is really premium. The comfort is really great because the earpads are unbelievably good and they are removable. The mic is also removable and it sounds good, and it also has a USB connection mode which also works well, and you get lighting on the headset, which is a cool extra to have. The sound quality is also really good considering everything that we have on board, and even though the competition can be slightly better in some areas of sound, all the accessories and the removable cable really make this headset unbeatable for the price as an overall package. The only con that I can think of is that the design is kind of copied from the Corsair HS50, and they offer 50 rupees to people who give them a positive rating, which I can understand the reason for, but it is still not something that I consider to be a fair practice. But both of these cons are quite minor, and I don't think that they will be a concern for most people, and the 5 stars these are receiving on Amazon are completely justified. Now these also have a cheaper version that doesn't have the USB connection mode, which has the same model name but without the Pro at the end, and that headphone also looks really great. And because I don't find the USB mode and lighting to add a lot of value, I think that you could also buy that and get the same sound and microphone quality because the drivers on this version and that version are the same. But the earpads on the cheaper headset are not the same memory foam earpads as the one on the Pro model, and it doesn't have removable cable, and there are some other minor changes. But because of the shape of the earpads, I think that this one should also have good comfort. So if you are on a tighter budget, I think that you should go with the non-Pro model, even though I really like the softer earpads on the Pro version. In comparison to their own One Audio Pro 10 headphone, the One Audio has a clearly better sound quality and it also packs a lot of features, but the microphone on it won't be as good for gaming. It doesn't have USB functionality, and the comfort on the XR 900 Pro is much better, even though the more expensive version of Pro 10 headphone might also have better comfort, which I haven't tried. And that was it for this video. Let me know your thoughts about this headset in the comment section. I'll have links to buy all of these headphones in the video description. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it or a thumbs down if you disliked it. Subscribe with bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.